The House of Representatives has held an international legislative dialogue on women and constitution amendment, bringing together legislators, policymakers, traditional and faith leaders, women's groups, and civil society to address barriers to women's political advancement and create strategies for sustainable change. In his address, Senate President Godswill Akpabio highlighted the critical role of women in Nigeria's democracy. Akpabio, who was represented by Senator Kaka Shehu, noted the Senate's commitment to empowering women through legislations against gender-based violence and steps to increase women's representation in decision-making bodies. House Speaker Tajuddin Abbas emphasized that Nigeria's low female representation, only 20% out of 469 National Assembly seats, reflects institutional barriers rather than a lack of capable women.
As we engage in this international legislative dialogue on women and constitution amendment, let us remember the pivotal role of women, women play in shaping our society and the future for envision for Nigeria. The renewed hope agenda of the Tinubu administration recognizes this truth, dedicating itself to the empowerment and inclusion of women.
Thus, increased representation of women is not a luxury, but a necessity for sustainable national development and stability. Around the world, and particularly in Africa, we see encouraging examples of gender inclusion. Rwanda, with over 60% women representation in its parliament, has shown us that robust, intentional policies work.
I'm honored to lead the House Committee on Constitution Review, where we have proposed bills aimed at correcting the gender imbalance within government at all levels. One such critical bill, a bill for an act to alter the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to provide for a seat reservation for women in the National and State Houses of Assembly, HB 1349, alongside other 4 gender justice bills.
The Deputy Ambassador of the European Union delegation to Nigeria and the ECOWAS, Zissimos Vergos, has urged stakeholders to adopt special measures to foster a more inclusive governance process in Nigeria. He said that Nigeria now has a unique opportunity to join progressive nations in promoting gender equality through constitutional reforms.
There is a strong evidence all around the world that as more women are elected to office, there is an increase in policy making that emphasizes quality of life and reflects the priorities of families, of youth, of marginalized groups for a more effective social, financial, and political inclusion.
Nigeria's First Lady, Remi Tinubu, who was represented by the chairperson, Nigeria's Governor Spouses Forum, Ambassador Professor Olufolake Abdulrazak, and the resident representatives, UNDP Elise Atafoha, carry a firm commitment to advancing gender equality in Nigeria's legislative framework.
While some gains were recorded in women representation in states' House of Assembly membership during the last election cycle, particularly in states like Kwara, where we had 5, and I think Ekiti had 6. This was, however, not the case at the current 10th National Assembly, as only 4 women were voted into the Senate out of the 109 total members, while the House of Representatives has only 16 women out of a total of 360 members.
Women's inclusion in leadership challenges cultural norms and promotes gender equality, sending a message to society that leadership is not limited by gender. Women in political roles serve as role models, inspiring more Nigerian women and girls and young women to pursue education, leadership, civic education, and many more. And I'm a testament of that, being inspired by many women growing up in the ghettos of Accra.